Hi there, and thank you so much for joining us. Guess what, friends? We made it to Friday. My name is Alexis Rogers. We're getting right into today's weather, and it's going to turn out to be a beautiful day. If you haven't stepped outside, you should really try. John, this is the kind of weather I like to see.
Oh, it is absolutely spectacular out here. Right now, temperatures have warmed. We actually just saw our temperature reach 51 degrees on this last reading in the last hour. And outside, we have winds at only 5 to 10 miles per hour. So as you get outside today, there's been a huge change when you look at the wind speed. Yesterday, the high was 52, but the winds were at 20 to 25 miles per hour. So what we're going to be looking at here into the afternoon is warming temperatures getting close to 60, especially in western Minnesota. You're watching in St. Cloud, areas west of St. Cloud. I think 60 is on the table. What we're going to be looking at here as we move into that full forecast, we're going to be looking at a rain chance on Sunday, but Saturday, a much better chance at that 60-degree mark, but the winds are going to be cranking up. So we'll be tracking that all out in your full forecast.
You know, I see a lot of brown grass out there. I think that grass will be a little bit better. Well, thank you so much, John. We're following a big developing story in New York City. This is a live look from the Big Apple, where just about 2 hours ago, a rare earthquake shook the East Coast, and it may have been felt by more than 42 million people. Officials say the 4.8 magnitude earthquake struck New Jersey, about 45 miles west of NYC and 50 miles north of Philadelphia. People across the Northeast say they felt the shaking around 9:30 this morning. The quake is impacting air travel right now, and some airports holding flights. So far, we haven't heard any reports of damage or injuries. Well, we're also following a shooting that left one man dead and another seriously hurt in downtown Minneapolis this morning. Our crews captured video of the crime scene just after midnight. Police say that they were called to Russell Avenue North for a reported shooting and found a man shot and lying in an alley a short distance away. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Officers also say another man with a gunshot wound was brought to the hospital in a passenger vehicle. He later died. Police believe the men knew each other and so far have not made any arrests. Well, today we're hearing from friends and family of Gail Madsen. She's the Minnesota woman killed when an elephant flipped the vehicle she was in on an African safari.
She had two communities built around her in the Twin Cities and Arizona that absolutely loved her. And, you know, she was a giving, wonderful, kind, adventurous person.
Gail's family says she died on the scene in Zambia Saturday. In a statement, the company says the terrain and vegetation blocked the guide's route and he couldn't move out of the way of an aggressive bull elephant. Well, just minutes ago, President Biden landed in Baltimore where he will visit the families of the victims of the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, including the 6 construction workers who died. He also is expected to tour the wreckage as crews continued to remove portions of the bridge. Well, economists are keeping a very close eye on the Federal Reserve, specifically focused on when interest rates could be cut. Some experts say it could happen this summer, but now Minneapolis Federal Reserve President Neel Kashkari says that it might not happen this year at all. He says if job growth and consumer spending are still high, the board could rethink cuts. The jobs report released today shows a surprisingly high 303,000 jobs added in March. While lawmakers and supporters behind the age-appropriate design code bill and its supporters are rallying at the Capitol today, calling on the legislature to pass the bill. It's also known as the Minnesota Kids Code Bill. It aims to protect children and their data online by putting pressure on tech companies to design safer products. This morning, representatives talked before the rally about why they say this is so important.
We must hold tech accountable and responsible for their products. We can build better, safer products by design to keep kids safe.
Educators and families of kidnapping victims also told their stories this morning.